We're gonna play this game. What do you swear you saw but you don't have proof of it? Huh?
Hi, so I never thought that I would be telling this story on the internet, but here we go. I've told this story to a few of my family, my friends, and not all of them believe me. But I know what I saw, and yet I don't have any proof. So I was in high school, and while in high school, when I waited for the school bus, uh, bright and early in the morning, I would have to go from my house, which is at the bottom of a hill, and go and walk up a big hill and wait at the top of that hill for the bus in all types of weather, rain or shine, freezing cold, whatnot, you know. And so typically, I was only joined at this bus stop by one other high schooler that was in the same grade as me. She was my neighbor. We were good friends. And one day, we both saw something that neither of us could really explain. It started out like a normal day, like they always do. We were waiting at the top of this hill for the school bus. So it's not even 7 in the morning, right? And we lived across the street from a big golf course. And so there was the hill, the regular road, and then there was the golf course, then the woods, and then the mountains. And so looking out across the golf course, you could see the edge of the woods, and if animals ever came out of the woods, you could see them pretty clearly. Like you could see like their outline and kind of their general build and shape. And so you'd see deer there all the time, especially in the early morning, especially like in the spring or in the fall before the snow started to come down. Sorry, I'm like almost kind of nervous thinking back on this. Anyway, so we're just standing there. I don't think we were talking at all. We were just waiting for the bus. And we look over and I see this animal on all fours. It was too furry to be a deer. And it seemed too slim to be a bear. And like bears were common around, my area. So, if it was a bear, I wouldn't think anything of it. But my neighbor and I look over and we see this thing and she goes, "Is that a deer?" And I'm like, "It's too furry, isn't it? Like that doesn't look like a deer." She's like, "It's too skinny to be a bear." I'm like, "Yeah, what the hell is that thing?" And as we're staring at it, it turns its head in our direction. And again, we can see that clearly enough. We can't see like small details, but we can see that clearly enough. It turns its head, looks in our general direction, and then stands up on 2 feet and walks away. And we just exchanged like baffled and horrified looks because bears, they can stand up on 2 feet and kind of wobble. Like they stand up on 2 feet, you can see them like stumble a step or two, but then they'll get back on their all fours. It was like a regular walk, as if this thing was a human. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it was on all fours and then got up and just sauntered off, as if walking on 2 feet was more normal than walking on 4 feet. And again, we could see it. Like it wasn't, so it was something between a bear and a deer. It's too fluffy to be a deer, too skinny to be a bear. But that whole thing of just the walking off threw us so much, because what animal walked that graciously, I guess you could say, from 4 feet to 2 feet? It just, as if it was a human being, just sauntered off And we exchanged those looks. And I was like, I think we just saw Bigfoot. And like, I was half joking, but at the same time, we were both like, yeah, I think you just saw Bigfoot. We never talked about it again, but it has stuck in my head for ever since.